What's up everybody and welcome back to our UK City Skylines 2 build, Saltmarsh. Sadly, I was a little bit of an idiot guys and I recorded basically half an episode but forgot the audio. So what we're going to do is we're going to get into the episode. I'm going to show you what I've built and then I'm going to play a little time lapse with it all for you. And then today we're going to be getting started with adding some more jobs. We're going to be making the area look a lot more realistic and maybe expand our UK council estate. So if you're ready, sit back, relax, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button and let's head into Saltmarsh. Hello guys, so we're back. So what we've done in the meantime is we have completely redone our industrial district a little bit, added some more factories down here, and basically we completely redid some of the mods we had. The issue with one of the mods was it wasn't zoning the right industrial, which was meaning a lot of this was just storage, so it wasn't actually giving us any jobs. Hence why our unemployment rate is so high at the moment, and I don't think it's going to drop anytime soon. Another thing that we did is we finally connected up our train station over here. So we have our train station. Oh, a few autosaves real quick. We have our train station, a load of buildings, and for some reason I'm also having an issue with the vanilla industry actually spawning in, so I'm gonna have to see what happens. So we added our train station over here. We still need to detail this part, but we went in and we added a car parking for our train station, for our offices, and we've gone with sort of a blue theme for our train station. We improved down here to just to add a little bit more connectivity. We're getting issues with a crash over here. Like, how are we meant to deal with that? No idea. But the first thing I wanted to get started with in today's episode is sort out whatever mess this is. So what we're going to do is we are going to pause the game because I'm not happy with this train line at all. It looks really, over now to say it just looks really bad, to be fair. We've got another autosave. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to delete all of these coming up into our train line. And then after we've actually got rid of that housing, that's fine. But after we sort out this, we will be going into a short little time lapse, guys, showing everyone what we have done. So we're going to use our level train tool. We're just going to do brush size down for a minute. We're going to do that. And then we're going to up it to about 20. And we're just going, oh my god. How is that tall? Okay. Right. What we want to do is we want to... So we want to come over this side. We probably want to get a hill about 10 high. I mean, we can sort this out after. But what we want to do is we want to bring in one of these train lines and then have the other one connecting. We've also added a bunch of mods as well since we've last played. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to definitely tell it Anarchy. We'll see if it's going to connect to up. Is it not? No, okay, that's fine. We'll just get up to the increment of 10. See, so this is this. Oh, it's because 10's too high. Okay. Right, let's get that coming in here. Then let's get this. If we can have curve tool and just get to curve into there. Does that look alright? Yeah, that's alright. And then what we want is we want to bring this all the way down. Yeah, that looks fine. But what we do want to do is we want to take the target height from up here. So whatever the target height is up here, so 60. And then we want to do brush strength 100. Up that brush size just a little bit. And we want to take this over. So if you've ever been in the UK where all of our rail lines are, they mostly are all on platforms like this. So they mainly do just follow a platform. Or at least are above the ground a bit. Normally because it's easier to... It's easier to... Well, one, stop random people coming on the tracks. Is it going to flatten this side? And two, trains are much harder to go up and down than any other sort of mode of transport is. Like, you'll have much more luck getting a train going up, moving around, a car moving around a curve than a train will. Okay, and then we should just be able to put that in right there. Beautiful. There's a little dip there. That is fine. And then what we want to do is we do want to make these edges just a little bit sharper. No, we don't want to soften. We want to level. There, we want to make these edges just a little bit sharper. To then make it easier for us to then add in... And this can all be flattened over here. Just to make it easier for us to add in some like barriers and stuff by the side of this. And do we really need this hill here? No, that can be flattened in the space for a new neighbourhood, to be fair. No, I'm not a hater of that idea. There could be a little mound. There could be a mound, I don't mind that. But then we could put a new... Level this. Yeah. And that shouldn't be too much of a dodgy curve there for the trains. And if we do this... We do want to, like, expand these sides out just a little bit. Not that much. Just enough that we could, yeah, just enough that, oh my god. Just enough that will fit a fence along the side of it. So that's also what you see in the UK. You do see a lot of fences along the side of, along the side of these rail tracks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little time lapse as we add in a fence over here. So I'll see you all in a little bit. Okay, so we've done this. We've added some multi-surfaces around. I do want to maybe change them in the future, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So what we're going to do is we're also going to unpause. And I think before we do anything else, I think we want to add in some farmland. So I think between the rail track and over here, we should do some farmland. So what we're going to do is we're going to... I think what we do first is we actually plan out of where our farms are going to be. So I think what we do is we get our industry tab. And also the good thing about these is they will create us jobs. Now, which ones don't need... Actually, no. We are going to do a bit of a cheaty move here if we have the mod. I think we do have the mod installed. If we don't, we're going to go get it. But there is a mod that means we can paint. Yeah, I haven't got it. So I'll be back in 2 seconds and I'm going to go get the mod. Okay, so what we've done is we've gone and created our sort of farming area. I like it. I think I might go in and add some more details at some point, but I like our farming area. I like how it's been set up. I like this way better than what it was before. We could probably do with some farms in the middle, or just some trees, to be fair, in the middle. But I like how this is turned out. It makes me feel good. So there's no current vehicles available for the buses. What is going on with that? 6 in maintenance. So what we might want to do is see how much money we're making. We're making quite a bit. And you know what we could do? We could up this to just 100% and hopefully not break the bank. And then we'll have enough buses. Yeah, that doesn't break the bank. And then we should have enough buses for our routes. Oh, I'm really liking this. This has made me feel so much better about this area. It needed to sort of just be more of like a country road instead of a main arterial. To be fair, this could be changed to a country road as well. But a lot of people, yeah. Do you know what we're going to do? We're going to use this as a... Do you know what? We're going to place this down. We're going to go in with Road Builder. By the way, this is... I thought that Road Builder was base game. Apparently not. Apparently it's a mod. I didn't know that. So then we've got our... hopefully just one-way lane here. And it's only a 30 mile per hour, so it isn't fast. Or it isn't overly fast. And then what we want to do is we just want to use this. Use our replace tool. And then... we just want to use that as our little country lane. Then what we can do is we don't want people walking across the country lane. That would be ridiculous. So what we want to do is we want to go in with our path. Wherever that is. Guys, guys, it's going to start taking me a long time to start finding stuff. Because it's all just in all of the different separate areas. So that's surfaces. We don't want our surfaces. We want a path. We want a pedestrian path. Maybe I'm silly. Maybe it's in roads. It is. I don't know why I thought it was in there. Okay, so then what we do is we bring our pedestrian path off here. No, we can... I think we can bring it into here. No, that hasn't brought it into there at all. Okay, right, let's retry that. So, take off all of our snapping options. And we should be able to bring it off here. Bring it up here. To be fair, it should be just upgraded to a... I don't like how big this is. Is there any way we can go in with road builder and make the pedestrian side smaller? There probably is. No options available. It's just that the... Let me look. Okay, I'll be back in 2 seconds, guys. We're just going to have a little look on road builder and see if there's any smaller ones. I'll be back in a sec. Oh my god, I've been speaking this whole time, guys, and my mic's been muted. Okay, so I'll put that in time-lapse form. So basically, we're going to go over here with a pedestrian path. Why is that looks? Why is it even doing that? Okay, right. Maybe first what we need to do is going with our level tool, make the brush size just a little bit smaller, and then come over around us. Set a target and just build this area up just a little bit more. Okay. That should make that less dodgy. Then let's go in with our... get that on there. And bring that straight across, and we can fix it later. And then bring it straight into our path there. I don't know why this has turned so weird. Maybe no, it is just being weird. Okay. Okay, right, what we want to do is we want to put a roundabout on there. And then we want to grab this road. We want to bring it on. See, why is it being weird for? Why is it... is the whole road doing that? Oh, the whole road is messing with the textures. Okay. Okay. Well, what we'll do is we use a highway one way, and that should work a little bit better. So we'll take that off there, bring it straight across. Does that mess up the textures? No, it doesn't. Okay, beautiful. Then what we want to do is we want to take this, we want to curve it, and we want to bring it in here. Beautiful. Has that put a red light on it? Yes, it has. Let's take off that. Take off that red light. And hopefully people start using our path that we've made them. Yeah, they will. And they'll start cycling them. Okay, good. This is actually looking quite nice. I quite like it, actually. So then we'll move that up. We'll then use our tools just to move some of these bushes off the road. Okay, so now we have a lot more people walking between the two. So I think the only other thing to do for this sort of area now is to get our tool, get all of our trees and stuff. And what we want to do is we want to go into our circle mode, turn off anarchy, and then just fill in this. We definitely want to make this not do bushes. Okay, right, settings. Do, boo, boom. We also want how do we add them? I don't know if we can add them to that. Okay, right. Worry about that in a minute. But what we can do is we can just go in, add some trees. Then we go in, add some bushes, some more bushes, some more bushes. Add some smaller trees. Add some even smaller trees. And then we've got a luscious forest that takes us from the pedestrian path and this sort of district over straight through our lane into our farming district. Beautiful. Then the only thing we want to do after this autosave is we just want to move these trees out of the way. And then is hopefully what we've done is we made this road, what's the word, people less approachable. People don't want to use it. And then what we can do is just look over and make sure that this road's able to handle all the new pressure. I think it will be able to because we got that going through. This is sort of slower. It's only a 30 and they have to wait. If this carries on getting backed up, we might add like a little underground thing for people to cross, but it's looking fine at the moment. What is this? We've got not a lot of passengers waiting, and I think we've dealt with a lot of the issues, so we might just get a load more passengers in. We still need to do the middle of this, but I think what we've done is we made this area look pretty nice. Let's see the employees for these, because there should be a section where it tells us how many employees it needs. Oh, 0 out of 0. 1 out of 0. I thought these were going to employ a lot of people. Apparently, I was wrong, and they're not going to employ a lot of people. So, the only other thing we want to look at right now is how our unemployment rate's doing. Because if it's still really low, because people have got used to not working. So even though we've got the jobs for them to fill, because they've got used to not working, they're just not going to work. Hence why over here, we've got all these issues with it being no one employed. I don't know why our industry isn't filling in. We've got the demand for it. That's the other thing I don't understand, is why industry won't fill in these areas. But, hey ho. It might also be too much of a commute to them, and the bus isn't looking like a good option for them. Maybe that's why. I'm not quite sure. But also, you can look over here, and we've zoned all of this in, and then no buildings are coming in for this either. So how many employees is this? 29. So what we could do is cheat it just a little bit. Go on to this, industrial manufacturing, and we could just go through here and just add some of these in. Because if nobody wants to take the jobs, like, I understand, but we sort of need people to take the jobs. We need people to be getting into work. Otherwise, they're complaining at me that there is no work. And I'm like, guys, there is work, you just don't want to do it. So let's get 3x3 in. So hopefully this little area here has created a few more jobs. So we sort of have to wait until people move into the businesses before they can get marked off as employees. See, that's why 000 is, because no one's actually wanting, no companies are moving in. High taxes, unoccupied buildings, labour availability. Oh, then taxes and local demand. See, what are the taxes like? And if we lower their taxes, is it going to break the economy? Probably. Taxation. Let's see. Let's take that down to 11%. Does that absolutely break our budget? Hopefully it doesn't. But hopefully that means over time they'll stop complaining about that. No, we don't want to import stuff. Okay. Okay. Right. Let's hope that some of these buildings start getting filled. See, that's the issue. See, we're sat with people who are like, not enough availability for labour. Why isn't there enough labour availability? Because my city is full of lazy people who don't want to work. We've got the school, so we've got a lot of people in education. About 11% dropout rate. How's our primary school doing? No, our primary school. That's not even filled yet, and people are, and there's a 1% dropout rate. Is it because they all want colleges? Probably. There is a lot of traffic on this road, and is it backing up this whole thing? It is, but if we send them around here, then it is just going to back up everything else as well. Are people mad that there is unreliable mail service? To be fair, we're making enough money that also we can go in and we can add a bigger post office if we've got it. Small. We don't want a small one. We want okay. Right. So we've got a small one. We've got a small one. What we've got actually, but have we gone through and have we post or put in more postal stops? No, we haven't. Oh no. We have to go through with Anarchy and place it because a lot of this stuff has been done with Anarchy. Okay. Oh my god, that's why. Rebuild. Our poor little postal centre is burnt down. Poor guys, honestly, that's probably why it was unreliable. Okay, right. Other things. Let's look at stuff that we can unlock to begin with. Nothing is actually going to help us. I think it's going to help us. Yeah, none of this is really going to help us. Yeah, we can get a postal sorting facility. Let's also unlock park maintenance. Large parks. Sports parks. Okay. Telecoms. Server farm. Yeah, we don't need that right now. Have we unlocked trams yet? No, we haven't. Let's unlock trams. Let's go through and let's unlock an actual fire station because we probably need one of them. Education, let's get college. Let's unlock the college. Unlock the university. Garbage management, we've got a recycling plant. That's basically all we need for right now. Let's get the crematorium. Let's get the hospital. Water treatment plant is probably something we do, but we don't have any more points because we've just spent them all. How many people are coming into our city by train? Our trains are actually, like, worth the time. I actually quite like what they've done to the place. So let's see, are people still complaining about the yeah, they're still complaining about the unreliable mail service. So what we could do is we could go in and we could add in... Was this the one we had? Post office. I think this is the one we had in our city. So let's get this post office down. And that should go through and deal with most of our issues. Have we also got a road maintenance building? Because that's probably going to be useful to have. But to be fair, I want to make these areas like specialised areas. See, over there, they're all complaining that they don't have enough employees. But the thing is, we've got an unemployment rate of 15%. That's the thing I don't understand, is that people complain that they don't have enough employees. Even though... Can't find enough labour. Okay, right. Would it be a terrible idea to add in a train station as they come into the depot? Now that's what I'm going to try and figure out. Because what we could do, and we want it to be electrified, that's the only problem. We want a small electrified train station. So let's try and find one. An E train station. How do they get into each side? No, we don't want that to be a we don't want a medium train. Yeah, we'll use a medium train station over here, to be fair. Which means what we could do is we could bring this road, and then hopefully that means that people are able to get the work or to work down here easier instead of having to... Because apparently they're not wanting to take our buses. I don't understand why they don't want to take our buses, but they don't want to take our... See, if we pause... I bet he's carrying empty, isn't he? Yeah, 0. So basically, our buses are absolutely useless. So do you know what we'll do is we'll add this in here. Then what I want to do is I want to add in a connection point. And we use our curve tool. No. So then we've got a train station that literally... See, that's the only bad thing here. And then we've got a train station here that people can use. So, do you know what? We're going to add the line in and see if people would actually use this train station. So let's take this. We'll take it into platform 2. See, none of these buildings have got any labour. So, then what we want to do is we do just want to pause it quick because we don't want the Voyager services on this line. It's not big enough to use a Voyager. Usage is about 60% on that line. Do you know what? 0 passenger seat, 0 use. Do you know what we're going to do? We're literally just going to delete all these lines quick. People are using this one. they're not using any of these. So what we're going to do is I feel like it's probably an issue with the lines, because there's no reason why we shouldn't be importing more people, or more people coming to the city. So what I'm going to do is I am going to redraw those lines soon. But anyway, let's get back to our trains. I got a bit distracted down a little tyrant. I'll probably do that off camera just to make sure that it's sorted right. So this is going to be part of the same blue. And what we don't want a Voyager on this. We probably want a 4-car diesel, depending on how that looks. Yeah, so where's the Voyager? Let's take off the Voyager. 4-car passenger. So let's see how that looks when it eventually rolls out the station. Also, how many trains is it put on for that? 1 train, good. And then what I want to do is I also want to make a pedestrian bridge. So let's go pedestrian bridge. Does 10 meters clear this? Okay, so let's see how this looks when it comes out. So what we want to do is we want to connect onto here, bring it down back to 0, and just stretch it out as long as possible. So hopefully people use our train station. The only problem is if they're trying to come, yeah. So that's our Voyager service, I think. Oh. It is a bit, I don't know, but we'll use it for now. But that does allow a better route in to our industrial district over here. Should we make that a free train? Yeah, I don't care about making money on it. So let's make this completely free. A lot of these people are looking for, like I said, a lot of the people are looking for jobs, but unemployment rate, oh no, it's skyrocketed down to about 5%. Now we've placed all of these in. Okay, right, good. Okay, so in a minute, what we'll do also is we'll add in some more bus lines. Okay, so I think this is going to be a very short episode, but I think there's a lot of stuff I need to do off camera to sort of make sure that the city is running properly and to get a grip on what we're really doing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on all the stuff that I didn't get audio for. So I'm going to run a few time lapses for the end of this video. If you have enjoyed, feel free to drop a like I said before, leave a comment on what you think we should call our districts, and I hope you enjoy this episode. It was a bit boring and it was a bit, I don't even know the words, but I hope next episode's going to be a lot more structured, and I'll see you all later. Bye.